This is Radar, Father Radar Entertainment Blog, coming to another edition of Baseball Observation. This is the Opening Day Observations. Usually during the season, on Fridays, I upload videos and record them for you about the whole entire week. That's the weekend series, and then some teams are off Monday or Thursday or even Tuesday, and I talk to you about that week. This was Opening Day Observations. If you are curious about the baseball preview, there are 6 podcasts, all labeled each league and each division on the radar, wherever you get it. There's a final hot stove edition. You also hear on YouTube for, the final season of the off-season hot stove you can listen to. There's a written preview and predictions all on the Radar Media or on the Radar Entertainment Blog or Blogger Radar 4428. So let's just start with this. I'm a Mets fan. They're my second favorite team. But why is Jeff McNeil batting fifth? He was the batting champ last year, and they bat him all over the place. Literally, Brandon Nimmo's been great when healthy as the table setter at the top. McNeil, because he bats for high average, takes a lot of walks, gets on base, makes a lot of contact. You want that in the second spot. When you have the home run RBI guys like Lindor, Alonso, Vogelbach, and Escobar, and Marte and Cano, you want those guys to be scattered between 3 through 8. And if worst case scenario, Omar Narvaez is your last hitter in your lineup, that you're doing something good, or Escobar is. Okay, Miami. It's already a disaster that you're playing Jazz Chisholm in center field. I saw him take some bad routes. Him as the cleanup hitter is hilarious. He has been a top of the order hitter 99% of the time since he's been in Miami, no matter if he's playing second base or shortstop. Why is he playing center field, but on top of it, you're batting cleanup? What was the point of getting Yuri Gurriel? Why have Garrett Cooper? Why get Arise? Why go and get, why have Avi Garcia and Soler if you're not going to bat any one of those guys in the middle of the lineup? Okay, Arise should be leading off maybe because he won a batting title, but him and Jazz Chisholm, if the two of them are top of the lineup, you get 2 all-stars at the top of your lineup. Then you go Garrett Cooper. Then Avi Garcia and Jorge Soler are your 4 and your 5 hitters. And if Gurriel ever gets to start, he could be your 6th hitter. That's not bad. Most of your lineup is bad because you're batting guys out of position. At the same time, we'll do this whole season. Joey Wendell's a glorified utility player who played mostly second, third, and first in his career. When you have Jazz Chisholm and you have John Birdie and you have Gene Segura, why aren't they playing shortstop? Royal. This whole Melendez and the outfield experiment, when you literally trade a Michael A. Taylor and all your other outfielders because you're like, we want to give Isabel and Drew Waters the opportunity to play every day. And I don't know who else they wanted to play there as well. But playing him out there when he's defensive liability and then batting him second when he's not the fastest guy because he's a catcher makes no sense. This Massey dude, if they want to play him every day over my guy Nicky Lopez at second base instead of trying Massey at third base, cool. But he's not a 5-hitter when you literally have Prado or Pasquino and you have Hunter Dozier, and Salvador Perez. Those are the middle of the order guys. So I understand why they maybe sent down Prado because they want to get Dozier at bat. But why did they give Franmil Reyes the opening day roster spot and then DH him when they could have just had Prado, who's already on the 40-man roster? And then Bobby Witt Jr. is super talented. He's an up-and-coming player. So if he is going to be your leadoff hitter, keep him there. If you're going to move him around, stupid. I would probably put him second or third. I know this whole thing, you want to get everyone, your best players most at bats, but if he's batting second or third, that's pretty good. Twins. Why is Max Kepler leading off? The dude has been your 3-hitter, your 4, or your 5-hitter. He's not a leadoff hitter because he's not going to steal 20, 30 bases. Carlos Correa. You literally got this dude to fill the middle of your lineup because right now, you can't rely on Buxton to stay healthy. Polanco isn't healthy. Joey Gallo is trying to rebound from a disappointing few years. Killaroff is never healthy. And Miranda is only in his second year in the league. So when you have Buxton and Larnach as your 3-4 hitter, I understand the Buxton thing because he can easily hit 30 home runs if he's healthy. But he's been their leadoff hitter most of the time, and Larnach is a 4th outfielder. Why is he batting cleanup? And then Nick Gordon, I'm glad they're giving an opportunity to play every day second base now with Polanco hurt for the start of the season, but he's not a 6-hitter. The dude is like his brother, speed and contact, either top or the bottom. Cardinals, still the stupid Tyler O'Neill in center field. The Jordan Walker prospect on the starting right field, which has Lars Nootbaar in left field. I'm like, okay. I only have a problem with Lars Nootbaar pushed all the way left field if Dylan Carlson is playing right field. But it should be Dylan Carlson in center, Lars Nootbaar in center field. If either Lars Nootbaar in right field or center field, and to put, Dylan Carlson in center field. Now, if you're going to play this prospect and Jordan Walker, cool. But maybe try the rookie guy. He's super athletic and talented. If you start a guy in center field his rookie season, I think he's going to figure out more than Tyler O'Neill is not a center fielder, and we want him to focus on his offense. But why is he batting sixth? It should literally be Goldschmidt, Arenado, Tyler O'Neill. Like, that should be the 3 through 5. Lars Nootbaar batting second, that's fine, but I think I'd rather have him being, like, in the 7th spot. And I don't know if Brendan Donovan screams leadoff hitting like Tommy Edman does or Carlson, but still. Then the Blue Jays. George Springer, I'm glad he's no longer playing center field. He's playing right field. And they took Bo Bichette out of the cleanup spot. He's batting second. Good. But Springer should not be batting leadoff. Like, you have Bo Bichette and you have 3 second basemen in Espinal, Biggio, and Merrifield who have batted at the top of the lineup before. I'm not saying to put Bo Bichette in the leadoff spot. He's fine in the 2 spot. But George Springer should be batting in the middle of the lineup with Guerrero, and then you got to go Brandon Belt, and then now you got Dalton Varsho. Maybe even Dalton Varsho leadoff spot, because they did it in Arizona. And then I like that Whit Merrifield actually got to start second base, and they didn't throw him in the outfield. The Reds. I'm glad Jonathan India is at the top of the lineup with TJ Friedl. Those are guys who are not going to hit for power. That's where they belong. But what I don't understand is Jacob Fraley, who's a good defensive outfielder, DHing on batting third. Like, if Joey Votto's not there, maybe DH Will Myers and play Fraley in the outfield. And then I don't get how Vossler made the opening day lineup, and obviously they cut Nick Solak, and Spencer Steer obviously got the start as well. But I'm thinking to myself, like, Vossler is a quad A player. He's not good enough to be an opening day, middle of the order hitter batting 5th, nor is Tyler Stevenson, the catcher, good enough to bat cleanup. Well, Myers should be batting cleanup, okay? It's a little bit question what they're doing there. Pittsburgh, I like that Brian Reynolds, on the first day of the season, they said, you know what? We're going to play him in left field, and we're going to play Sawinski in center field, and McCutcheon's going to play right field. I'm like, okay, that's not a bad decision. And batting McCutcheon and Santana as your 3-4 hitter, great idea. But putting Ke'Bryan Hayes all the way to the 6th spot with this Smith dude who was playing right field, my mistake, and McCutcheon was like the DH, I'm still like, I thought the whole point of getting G-Man Choi and Santana and Connor Joe was you want all 3 of their bats in the lineup at the same time, which will put McCutcheon in right field and Reynolds in center field, and then you're going to play Connor Joe in left field. But they go and say, you know, we're going to start this Smith guy instead, and he's going to bat 5th ahead of Hayes. Makes no sense. And O'Neill Cruz, I know he's a great up-and-coming dude, but he's a big, tall, menacing, power-hitting shortstop at this point to start his career. Why is he batting leadoff? Like, there are other options. But yeah, I thought there were other options, 4-man roster, like Swaggerty and others to play right field, but it's another story. Then you get the Phillies. Trey Turner leading off, good. No Schwarber leading off. But then they counteracted by him batting second, asking Hall, who's filling in for Bryce Harper / Reese Hoskins, is batting cleanup, and then Stott is batting 6th. That is where Schwarber should be giving help to Castellanos and JT Realmuto in that 3 through 5 spot. That's what it should be. Hall should be batting 6th because he needs to prove on a regular basis. Stott, he should be batting 2nd, if not at the bottom of the lineup. I'm glad they started Jake Cave in left field and they didn't have Schwarber in the outfield. And Matt Strahm, who they announced to be the 5th starter, is literally came out of the bullpen in the first game. Rangers, they confounded the issue with Simeon and Seager batting 1 and 2. I'm a huge fan of Nate Lau and Adolis Garcia, but if you compare him to other teams, including your own division, with like Houston and Anaheim and Seattle, I don't want a Nate Lau, Adolis Garcia as my 3-4 when I can have Marcus Semien and Corey Seager 3-4 and push the other 2 guys down. Or I have Semien bat 2nd and at least Seager's batting 3rd. Like, that's where I'm just thinking, like, that is a better decision for them. And then they still play this Josh Smith in the outfield, and Robbie Grossman was all the way in right field when we know he's a defensively challenged outfielder. Detroit Tiger, Baez batting second's a waste because then look what happened. Riley Green, the sophomore, is in your 3 spot, and in your 4 spot is Eric Hosser, the backup catcher on most teams, and Miguel Cabrera is always 7th. That's a disrespect to him, and I thought the whole point of having Baez is he may strike out a lot and do some other things, but at least he can hit home runs. You want the middle of the lineup. I do like that Vierling, they given him the nod in right field over Akil Baddoo to start the season, and they had him lead off. I'm still wondering why Riley Green's either not at the leadoff spot or the 2nd spot. The Rays, I don't understand why Yanni Diaz, who is your only real power threat, because Lau and Wander Franco have not become power hitters. They've just been okay hitters in their career. And Rosarena's a good player. That he's had all the struggle of batting cleanup, and then you have his other power guy to protect him. He's batting 1st. Because no offense, utility man Isaac Paredes batting 3rd. fourth outfielder Harold Ramirez batting fifth, and Margot batting sixth, and then DHing Harold Ramirez. That doesn't give Randy Arozarena a lot of protection in the lineup, so I feel bad. Brewers, again, why is Yelich leading off? If the dude has been horrible and missing for 2 to 3 seasons, why do you think batting him at the start of the game is good for him? No, you want him later in the lineup. And same thing with Jesse Winker. He's a DH, glorified DH, who can maybe, hack it in left field. Why is he batting second? Because then Willie Adames, who should be the top of the lineup, along with Luis Urias, they're batting in the middle of the lineup. And then they've got this Tehran guy, got the start of second base, and Urias play third base, but they're out there playing Brian Anderson in the outfield, which he's not an outfielder. I don't understand what people saying. The dude is not a horrible defensive third baseman. I don't think he's ever once said that this dude is a crappy third baseman. And then if you want his bat in the lineup, why is he batting all the way 8th? Cubs, I do like that they give Nico Horner the everyday leadoff spot to start the season, put Danny Swanson second. Those make sense. Yan Gomes batting 6th does not make sense. He's not that great of a hitter at this point in his career. And Bellinger's on a prove-it contract. Ian Happ is perfect in the 3 spot, but you're wondering who's going to bat cleanup. Well, you went and got Eric Hosmer and Trey Mancini and this Edwin Rios guy. Why don't you give one of those guys the 3 through 5 or 6 options, or put at least Bellinger 5th or 6th, not cleanup? And again, not a center fielder. We've been over this. And then Wisdom, what is he doing? We've been over this. He's the first baseman. He's not should be playing third base. I also want to get Edwin Rio. And this Master Boney's utility man. Why is he open day right fielder? I'm confused on what's going on there. Would Seiya Suzuki's injury that they don't have any backup outfielders or anybody to play right field? I have to take a look at that. Well, the Red Sox, Devers literally is by himself. Bogarts and JD Martinez are gone. And as good as Justin Turner's been in his career, at this point, he's not a cleanup hitter or a 3-hitter. I want this guy batting 5th. They got this Yoshigo dude, this Japanese import guy, and I'm glad that he's batting cleanup, but maybe Devers should be getting 3rd so he has protection, because if Justin Turner's protection, and no offense to the Japanese import, is his first year in the league, it's not great protection. And then Arroyo is a utility man. They're starting every day 7th at second base, and he's batting 7th. That's a power spot. And Kiki Hernandez should be the top of the lineup, so Verdugo is bumped down to the 2 spot, or put Verdugo 6th or 7th for RBI opportunity. And then Duval, again, not a center fielder, but he should be batting in the middle lineup as well. Orioles, Adley Rutschman, he's one of the best catchers in baseball, but he's not a 2-hitter. You can either put Jorge Mateo or Adam Frazier, who's been a top of the order hitter, or this Urias guy if you're starting him, or hey, any one of those guys should be batting second, because you want Adley Rutschman to come up after the Mountcastles and Santander go 3-4, and maybe Gunnar Henderson bats 5th. And having Adley Rutschman bat 5th or 6th in the lineup as a sophomore is not bad for him RBI-wise. They DH the Gunnar Henderson guy, so this Urias guy can start, but he's not a 6th-hitter Urias. He's a speed contact guy. And I understand maybe you want to move Santander to left field, but he's been a right fielder for most of his career. So moving to left field and switching back and forth is silly. San Francisco, Lamonte Wade Jr. started the year healthy. That's a surprise for a lot of people, but again, not a first baseman. Michael Conforto, I thought you got him and Haniger to be in the middle lineup with Jock Peterson. Why are you batting him second with Yastrzemski 5th, when Yastrzemski maybe should be switching with him? Or Tyler Estrada batting 6th. I don't know who the Sabo guy is. I don't understand what the Giants are doing there. The Yankees, I thought they were going to play DJ at third base, Glaber at second base, and Donaldson and Stanton were going to take turns DHing. Well, it looks like they said, never mind. Diesel May will play second base. Or we'll play some games at second base. Good. Him leading off, I'm a little bit over that, but they don't have a great leadoff hitter, because no matter who plays left field or center field, unless that Oswaldo guy, Cabrera, Peraza, whatever his name is good enough at this point in this career to lead off, not a great choice. Judge, I thought that we were over this. What was the point of all this nonsense in the offseason of moving things around, figuring things out? If he's still going to bat second, when if you're batting 1, 2, and 3, you're going to get enough at bats. And why have Harrison Bader? Now, if Harrison Bader officially started the year in the injured list, and you only have Aaron Hicks and some other guy, but why is he in center field? We've been over this. This is not a good idea. Okay? And then Gleyber Torres, DH. What the point of having Donaldson and Stain? That's my question there. And this Oswaldo guy we mentioned, he's a shortstop by trade. Why is he in the outfield? Astro. With the injury to Altuve, they're like, man, we'll have Jeremy Pena lead off, but Bregman bat second. No, if you have Bregman 3rd, Jordan Alvarez 4th, Kyle Tucker 5th, and Abreu 6th, that's pretty good. It really is, okay? And this Myers dude batting 7th is, again, a stretch. Not a good offensive player so far. White Sox. Why is Robert batting second if you're going to bat Andrew Benintendi 6th? If you're going to bat Andrew Benintendi 3rd, like Griffio has mentioned, cool. Fine, Robert say the 2 spot. But Robert hits for average, on base, power, takes walks, and has speed. He should be batting 3rd. Moncada batting 5th is way too high. That's where Vaughn or Sheets should be batting, because it should be as I mentioned, Robert Aloy and either Vaughn or Sheets or both them in the lineup. Because I'm just saying, Moncada hasn't hit in the major leagues in a while. Fifth is way too high. And then who on opening day decided, you know what, we're not going to go with the rookie. And based on the pitching matchup, we're not going to start Gavin Sheets. Okay, maybe you start Aloy in right field. I know that's a bad idea defensively, but I'm just saying here, it's like Romy Gonzalez, opening day right fielder, not a great decision. Nationals. I thought the whole point of getting Dickerson and getting Dominic Smith so that Meneses would have some protection in that 3, 4, 5 spot. Him batting second is a waste. And no offense to Candelario, the dude was statistically one of the worst hitters in baseball all of last year. Him batting third is an embarrassment. And Garcia, the speed and contact guy, not a 7-hitter. Atlanta, I like that Acuna for the past 2 seasons been in right field, but him leading off is stupid. But if you want to continue to do that, fine. But Matt Olson is not a number 2 hitter. Nor is Albies and Sean Murphy. I want those 2 guys being my 4 or 5 hitters. No. If Riley and Olson are your 3, 4 hitters, and you want to go at the 5th spot, Rosario, Azuna, and then Murphy, because Murphy's never going to win a Silver Slugger, so why is he batting that high? Michael Harris, the whole point is he's supposed to be a leadoff hitter or a 2-hitter, but why is he batting 6th? And then Darno if you're going to DH Darno, 8th is pretty low in the lineup for him. Nationals, Juan Soto, I'm glad he's playing left field to start the season. Surprised that David Dahl was in right field, but Cronenworth is, now that he's playing first base, doesn't mean he bats in the middle of the lineup as a first baseman. He's a speed contact guy. I'd want him second if he's not batting first or 7th or 8th or 9th. Soto should not be batting second. He's a perfect 3-hitter. We've been over this. Chris Bryant is literally the main offense of this team. Him batting second's a waste. Ryan McMahon, again, is not be playing second base as a third base if they're going to play some nobody. If they're going to play Moustakas or Chris Bryant at third base, that's cool. I'm fine with him sliding over for that reason. And Harold Castro, he made the team. What is Harold Castro's natural position? Shortstop. What other positions has he played in his career? Second, why isn't he playing middle infield? And then Angel. Taylor Ward, we know, is not a leadoff hitter. Leadoff hitters do not, get our catchers by trade who are slow. No, and again, not an outfield. At least he's in left field. Trout should not be batting second because look what happened. Rehifo's batting 5th. If Trout is batting 3rd, Otani's batting 4th, Rendon's healthy and he's batting 5th, and then you go a healthy Jared Walsh or Taylor Ward, and then a combination of Urshela or Drury, if one of them are playing, that you have Rengifo at the second spot or at the bottom of the lineup or batting leadoff. A's. I don't know this Capel doers, but I've never seen a DH guy batting second. I'll have to look more into this. And Aledmi Diaz, I'm glad he get an opportunity to play every day, but he's not a number 3 hitter. Diamondbacks. I'm cool you got Kyle Lewis and you're trying to lead off spot, but I'll do the natural born center fielder. That doesn't scream DH. And I like Miguel Marte in the 2 spot. What I don't like is Nick Ahmed in the 6 spot because he's not a great hitter. Dodgers, Mookie Betts leading off. That's something they've been doing. That's cool. But again, like Matt Olson, Freddie Freeman is not a 2-hitter. I think when you lost the Turners and you lost Bellinger, even if his offensive been declining, and Edwin Rio, that I would want Freddie Freeman batting cleanup or 3rd with Muncy and Will Smith batting 4th and 5th, and then eventually go JD Martinez and Dave Peralta. Okay? I like Will Smith. He's a good offensive catcher, but he's not a 3-hitter. He ain't Mike Piazza, ain't Joe Mauer. Okay, Cleveland. Still the whole Jimenez best value, I think, is playing shortstop and Ahmed playing second base. But Ahmed Rosario still batting second. That's fine. But again, Jimenez batting 6th is a little bit of stretch. In Seattle, I guess Tommy La Stella is going to DH because you decided that you want him to make the team and you want Suarez to play third base and you don't have a DH. Cool. But then him batting 8th and Kalenic batting 7th, I don't know if that's the best offensive lineup. I do like Colton Wong at the top of the lineup like he's doing in Milwaukee. But Julio Rodriguez batting 2nd, I don't know if I'm a huge fan of that. But okay. Thanks again for listening to the 2023 Opening Day Observations. For On the Radar and Today blog, I'm Radar. See you guys next time.